Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's a very interesting video. I'm actually going to be doing my own hair and not a client's hair. And the style that I'm going to be going for today is going to be a sew-in, a side part, deep side part sew-in. And I'm at school right now. That's why my background is like this, but I did not have any clients at school, so I decided to just do my braid down at school. So if you can see here in the clip, right now I'm just parting off my leave out. I did a nice L-shaped, somewhat curved type of parting, and then I took out maybe about an inch on each side of leave out. And I just braided that up, and I also took out leave out on the side where that's going to be going behind my ear, because the tracks could get bulky in that area, so you want to make sure that you have enough leave out to actually cover it. And if you notice on the top, I left out leave out on the other side as well, just to cover that little part right in the middle, the center point of your forehead. So over here, I'm parting off my perimeter braid, and you want your perimeter braid to be very small but very sturdy all in the same time. So you can see here how much hair I'm parting off. It's not a lot of hair, but it is enough to hold on to the extension hair that I'm going to end up attaching to this perimeter braid. So your perimeter braid, aka your anchor braid, is basically what's going to hold entire sewing together, your entire sewing together. So that's your foundation braid. If your foundation braid is not intact, then your entire sewing is not going to be intact. So you want to make sure when you do this foundation braid that you're using hair extensions no matter what. Even if the person has high density hair, you still want to use extension on that braid, because you don't want that perimeter braid to hold on to itself. You want to also have some type of hair attached to it so it could be a little bit stronger, and it will have less tension on your natural hair. So, so here basically I'm cornrowing on the other side. I did the longer side already, and I brought it all the way across to the back. And then on the other side, I connected it on the back and then brought it all the way across the opposite direction. So you should have two cornrows in your nape area so far once you're done with these two braids. And we're continuing the perimeter braid throughout the part. So you have this side right here, which I also still added extensions, and I ended up starting in the same area that I started my side perimeter braid, because that's an area that you definitely want to be as flat as possible. Those corners right there by your leave out, you don't want those corners to be bulky, because that's where the tracks end up meeting up. That's where the tracks end up meeting up at the end of the style. So you want that specific area to be extremely flat, practically nothing there at all, because it would pay off tremendously in the end. So so over here, I'm also cornrowing on the other side of my leave out, and once I end up getting to the back, I'm going to be crisscrossing these two braids. I'm not going to connect them yet, because the two braids that are next to the leave out are incomplete. They're going to be joining with the cornrows in the back. So I ended up braiding halfway through. I didn't complete them. I didn't connect them, because we're going to continue those braids once we get to the very back, the cornrows in the very back. So now we're basically really starting our braid down. We're basically really starting our braid down now. And you can see the width of the braids that I'm taking is going to definitely be bigger than your perimeter braids. So you want your regular main braids to be bigger than your perimeter braids. It doesn't matter how much bigger it is, and it could be the same size as your perimeter braid if you like. But me personally, I like the size that you see here in this clip. I feel like that's small enough and big enough for it to be very flat, but then also for it to not take forever, because you don't want to spend too much time on your braid down. So you guys could just sit and watch how I end up parting it. I am going to explain how I do end up parting all of my braids. I basically do it in a upside down triangle, diagonal parting somewhat, so it can smoothly transition to the back. So not all the braids are going to be facing sideways. As you can see, once I got to the back, they ended up facing straight down. And once I got to those middle braids, I ended up crisscrossing my perimeter braid and continuing, as you can see right here. That's exactly what I did. And I ended up connecting that braid in the back. Don't forget to connect all your braids. You should have only one loose braid at the very end. So I ended up crisscrossing those perimeter braids and I just connected it to the very back as you can see here. Ooh, girl, that braid down is so neat. And I can't believe I did this on my own. Like, girl, this is it right here. So yes, this is basically how you should look so far, and the other side will be exactly the same, except it's going to be way quicker because it's shorter. It's not the longer side of the braid down. And the net, I had this net in my cabinet for like a couple years now, so I decided to just use this because I just never had a use for it. But if you are doing it on yourself, I recommend the stretchy net. Okay, so I had to finish my hair at home because school is like, oh, you can't do your own hair at school. It's like, damn, I'm in hair school, but okay. So I did my braid down. I did my perimeter braid, crossed it over down to the middle. Then I did perimeter braids over here, crossed it in the back like so. So this one over here, brought it around to the back, ended it right here. Then I went to this one over here, brought it to the back, connected it, then brought it over here. Then this got connected to the following braids. So right now I'm just going to sew on my net, which I didn't get to finish at school. I'm just using basic nylon thread to sew it on. I'm going to sew it like so. Let me see here. Hopefully this piece is big enough. I got a big ass head. Okay, girl. So I'm gonna sew it, yeah. Like so, and then when you sew it, you wanna make sure that you're folding it as you go so it could like lay on the head properly. It's gonna be a little bit difficult, but I'm probably gonna have to do it off camera, show you guys how it comes out. Okay, so I finished sewing on the net. I didn't really sew it that great, but honestly, as long as the barrier is there, as long as the net is sewn and sturdy in place, you're good. These are the bundles that I'm using. I got them from Aliexpress. This is Kinky Straight. It's the first time I'm using Kinky Straight. Let me turn this off so it can't hear me. I washed them. I also sealed the wefts. You can't really see that well, but it's this weft sealant that I found on Amazon, where you basically just apply it on the wefts. It takes like 20 minutes to dry and it helps with shedding. So yeah, that's good. And yeah, I'm basically gonna start off the first track underneath. The first track is gonna be sewn underneath like so, and I'm gonna stop at the back of my ears like that. And once I come back around, I am going to start doubling the tracks because I want to fit all 3 bundles. And this is not my whole head because I have a lot of leave out, so I'm gonna start doubling the tracks after that first. Well, I'm probably gonna start like right here, like a little bit after my ear. And then when I come back around, that's when I'm gonna double the tracks. Okay, so basically the second row here is doubled and I'm sewing on that second braid that we had on the bottom here. This is underneath. I don't know if you saw that well, but I'm gonna just double everything. But once I get to the top, that's when I'm gonna go single. And I'm leaving about maybe an inch is about this big, an inch worth of space between each track.
just less work on my end and an easier way to fit all 3 bundles. So I'll be back when I'm done sewing the first bundle. Okay, y'all, so first bundle sewn down. You can see how I sewed it. I basically, these are all doubled. This is doubled, this is doubled. Once I get to the front though, I basically split the double. So it's in the front, it's not doubled, but in the back it is, because I want the front to be as flat as possible. But you guys can see how I sewed it. You want to sew it underneath the net and underneath the braid. That way it's seamless, even though I don't have leave out there, but you still want to keep it like neat, keep like a neat look. You don't want to have your net outside of your sewing. It's getting real ghetto out here. We're not trying to join the festivities. So, and I know my hair is red. We're gonna figure it out. Yeah, we're definitely gonna figure it out. With the second bundle, I'm gonna bring it up, stop right here on a single weft, and I'm also gonna bring it up all the way over here, stop here on a single weft. I'm gonna come back single, and then I'm gonna double it up again, starting around here. I'm gonna keep going around, keep doubling it, keep going around, and then eventually we're gonna get to a point where we're over here. There is gonna be one more track that I sew around the leave out to keep that flat. So instead of flipping over everything over here, we're gonna flip it over going diagonal. And then the last track will cover everything. So we'll be back when we sew the second track. Okay, y'all, so I know I skipped a lot, but I'm on the third bundle now. And this is what she's looking like. I have it surrounding the part. On the very last track, I'm gonna just sew it on my anchor braids and the net for the corners. So, yep. I'm gonna do a little fast forward video of me sewing, and after that, I'll be back for the leave outs. So I officially sewed everything. So this very last track, this track is meant for your perimeter braid. So when you sew this track right here, you want to make sure you're sewing over the braid. So the opposite from the back. The back you're sewing under the braid, this one you want to sew over it, so it can completely cover it, and it'll be easier to blend your leave out. So my leave out is here. And I know my hair is not black, but this is an experiment to an extent. Okay, y'all, so I need some on my lips, cause you don't do that, Ash. All right, only thing you're gonna hear is my voice, not this Ash. All right. Okay. Anyway, I'm done with the sewing, and I think I did a pretty goddamn good job. Okay, so you can see here. What is my cat wanting? What? This is gonna be right under your leave out, so your leave out could blend seamlessly. It should be flat. It should not be bulky. It should be a single weft that's been cut. This specific weft will not be flipped over, because you need it to be as flat as possible, especially on these corners. The corners are really where it's at. Like, so this corner is completely flat. Right here, this corner is completely flat. All of this is flat. And then over here, this corner right here is completely flat. That's how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to be real neat. You're not supposed to see any string, any flip over tracks, none of that. So now, since everything is sewn, I'm gonna blow dry the extension first. I'm gonna blow dry flat iron the extension first, and then that's what I'm gonna handle my leave out. So I am using some product on my bundles. I'm gonna be using my Tresemme heat protectant. I only use this on my hair if I'm blow drying my hair, but if I'm flat ironing it, I use an entire different heat protectant. But when it comes to extensions, I just use this for blow drying and flat ironing. And I'm also gonna be using Chi. I like to use a little bit of silk press oil. I call it silk press oil because this is the same as BioSilk. It's the same as the Skinny Serum by Paul Mitchell. You can use either one. I have BioSilk, and I don't have the Skinny Serum, but You can use any type of oil in that caliber. It just adds really nice shine, and it gets the hair a little bit straighter, because what happens when you heat up oil. Y'all, this is all I'm using. You could barely see it, it's dripping, but especially when it comes to extensions, you don't want to use a lot. This is the part that I blow dry already. This is the part that still needs to get blow dried. You could see that it's a little bit smaller on this side, a little bit flatter. And yeah, want to make sure you take this step. Okay. So I blow dry everything. That took like 10 minutes, barely. I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but it's like a little bit straighter now. Now it's ready for the flat iron. I usually just grab like 2 tracks at a time, or if the track is doubled, we would just grab that one doubled sewn down track. And this is my flat iron that I'm using. I'm using Pretty in a Minute. Pretty in a Minute, keratin infused flat iron. So it's ceramic plates infused with keratin. I don't know if that's like a scam, but personally this is my favorite flat iron. So yeah, I would put the link in the description, but you do need to have a license to purchase it. But I'm gonna still put the link in the description for people who are licensed. But this flat iron is really good. It's pricey. I think it's like 2 something, but I'm telling you, for silk presses, girl, this thing is worth every dime. Like, and I've tried flat irons. I want to try the Babyless, but I'm not a titanium girl, so yeah. There's still gonna be some texture in there. Oh my god, there's still gonna be some texture. I don't know if there is still texture. I feel like some kinks over here. But you know, that's the point in getting the kinky the kinky straight. You want texture. That's the whole point in getting it. So I am straightening it because I'm gonna straighten my hair. But you know, our straight is not the same as like very fine level 1 or 2 hair. When textured hair is straight, it's straight with a texture. I know my hair is red, so I'm gonna show y'all what I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna be spraying my hair with Kenra Platinum 14 hold spray. I'm also gonna be using Paul Mitchell Hot Off the Press Heat Protectant Hairspray, and I'm gonna go over my hair on 380 degrees. I don't pass 400 when it comes to my hair. I'm using this mini flat iron that I got off of Amazon. This is the brand. It's like less than $20. And I'm also using my Pretty in a Minute flat iron that needs to be cleaned. I will be using this. This is what people use to cover their grays. Well, I'm covering my reds. Once everything is flat ironed, I will be spraying my hair with this so it can blend with the hair. And I'm gonna be spraying it every time I wash the sew-in. So it's not gonna be something that I have to spray every single day. It's supposed to last until you wash your hair out. So basically, yeah, it's like a temporary hair dye. Every time I wash my hair, I'll just reapply this. I just don't want to dye my hair black for this one hairstyle. So, and to blend the ends of my hair, I'm using my She Is Bomb wax stick. I'm only putting the wax stick on the bottom, and for the top part, I'll be back because that's a lot of information. I'll be back to blend my edges, etc. I didn't spray the black spray yet, but I definitely parted her off. I wanted like that deep swoop parting. But it's like, damn, I didn't even spray the black spray and she's blending already. Like, this is the first time I'm doing this, so this probably, it has a small chance of not working. Okay, I'm gonna do it in the mirror. She's black. I only sprayed the bottom. That's crazy. I'm a genius. Dang. Okay. Clearly I missed some spots, but wow. So I'm using my edge stick now and my hot comb. I'm only putting it on the ends of my hair. Let me see. Okay, y'all, so the curls dropped like dramatically. So it's not really curl, but it has like body to it, like some type of shape. But overall though, I didn't have a problem with blending my natural hair. As you can see, blended seamlessly. The spray dye though, I'm having some issues with. It's still a little brown, but it's not like, whoa, her hair is a whole different color on top. Like it's kind of, it looks like a sun, like the sun made it lighter or something. So I'm not really too bothered by it, but this is how it came out. You can see there's some type of body to it. Curls is not really there, but I'm gonna head out soon, so I can't really go over it. But so far so good. Stay tuned for updates because I'm gonna be washing this hair maybe 2 or 3 times before I uninstall it. So I'm gonna do an update video for you guys, okay? Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and I will see you guys next time. I have to show y'all real quick for the one time how the sewing came out, and that shit came out right. Like, what are you talking about? Wait, hold on, I can't see myself in the mirror. Am I in the camera? Oh yeah. Wait, hold on. What is they really talking about? Like what is they really talking about? Like